If you're a healer and you have been following along, you know you should be niching down to create that one path for your future and existing clients to follow down so that you can book more clients. But maybe you have helped a lot of different people with a lot of different problems. You and I both know that whatever modality you have, almost every modality can help a variety of people. But in this day and age of just information overload, we really need to be the guide that takes people down one single path so they know that you are the right person to help them. So with that being said, I'm going to show you a really simple method to choosing your genius zone, aka your niche. And if you want, you can comment below this video and I will send over this spreadsheet to you. But basically, the way that works, and you can just do this on a piece of paper as well, is we're going to have a couple of different categories here. So one is your top 3 favorite clients. Okay, so sorry, I had to think about that for a sec because I'm literally making this up as we go. Pretty stoked to give this to you because I've used this in the past, but I haven't put it into an actual thing for people to use. So top 3 favorite clients. And so you're going to write them down here, right? So Sally, and let's make this look nicer. We'll give this a color so we can separate them. Okay. So let's say we have Sally, Jennifer, and Greg, whatever, right? These are your top 3 favorite clients you've ever worked with, for whatever reason, right? It doesn't have to be for any particular reason. It could just be because you like them. It could be because of the type of problem you solve for them or whatever it is, right? It could be because they are returning clients. So, now that you have that, now under this problem or problems column, you're going to write down what is the main problem they came to you with. So for example, let's say that Sally had chronic back pain. Jennifer had let's just say she had like depression. Greg was just tired all the time, right? So now maybe you see that like Greg also has, let's say, lower back pain. I'm actually going to just switch this up because this can help prove a bit of a pattern for you. So if you get something like this, then you will notice, okay, well, I actually really like working with people who tend to have back pain or some sort of pain, right? That's very similar. So in this case, you will have a very clear sign that that this is something that is like sort of people are attracted to you, right? To solve that. And then the next one is you can also do this. You can also do results. So maybe Sally got relief in 3 days. Jennifer became happier in 3 months, and Greg got relief in 7 days. And then the last column is your desire or my desire. So, and what I mean by that is your desire, and let's say that it is out of 10, okay? Your desire in actually solving this problem for people. So, so you rate it. So you might say, okay, well, when I helped Sally, I thought that I like that. That was like an 8 out of 10. Jennifer, that one took a lot longer, but it was very satisfying. That's also an 8 out of 10. Greg, He had relief in just a week and he was just awesome. So I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. And then you just add together, like, it basically what you're doing is you're building a pattern of things that you've helped with and the results you've got, the people you like working with, your desire. You could also add in here, so if this, at this point, if you don't see the obvious one to choose, so with this example, to me, it would be kind of obvious. I'd be like, okay, well, I want to help people with back pain, right? But if it wasn't obvious at this point, there's two things you can do. One, you could either add 2 to 3 more clients that you really liked working with, or you could create the profitability column. And so basically now you're adding emotion and logic, right? So which one of these will be a more profitable niche for me to choose? So with Sally, she got relief in 3 days, but she maybe booked 3 sessions in a row with you. So she was worth, financially, $300. Jennifer, she booked, I don't know, let's say 5 sessions over 3 months. So she was worth $500. And Greg had 2 sessions in 7 days. So he was worth $200. So now what you can do is you can profit per month. So now what you can do is you can go, like, this 300 came in a week, right? So that you could technically do 4 of those in a month. Well, that one came in 3 days, right? So that you could do 2 of those in a week. So you could do 8 of those in a month. So 8 times 300. And then this one took 3 months. So per month, that actually would be 500 divided by 3. And this one, that was in 7 days. So you could do 4 of those a month. So 4 times 200. All right. So now you have more of a pulse on how profitable each of these problems are. Like if you could get similar clientele, right? So that's kind of what we're looking at here is, and that's why we're doing it by favorite clients. Because if I look at, yes, Greg and Sally are a very similar problem, they're not exactly the same, right? First of all, Greg is male and had lower back pain. Sally is female and had chronic back pain. So you would actually talk to those 2 different people in a very different way in your marketing message. And so if I couldn't decide between them, or if I couldn't decide to just, say back pain in general, which, by the way, you're not going to have as clear and concise of a message if you take general back pain versus if you take just one specific type of back pain. And that's not saying that you can't help all kinds of back pain, but if you just wanted to get like really hyper focused, you could choose like one type. But anyway, now you can see logically with the profitability calculator that someone like Sally would actually bring you a lot more profit than these other favorite clients that you helped. So in this case, by doing this exercise, I would just tell myself, you know what, I'm going to double down on chronic back pain for women, right? And you might even go a little bit deeper and think about what type of woman Sally is. Is she a mother? Is she a busy business owner? Is she a senior, right? So those key elements will also help you with your messaging, because if she's a mother, well, then you talk about all the problems that having that chronic back pain has in her case of trying to be a good mother. If she's a senior, you talk about how that affects, their daily life, not being able to enjoy retirement, stuff like that. If she's a business owner, then you talk about how that problem affects their business and their profitability and that kind of thing, right? So that is the Choosing Your Genius worksheet. If you want a copy of this, just comment below the video and I will send that over to you.